So communication. Communication. What is communication? Okay, let me make this bold. It is the impacting or exchange of information by speaking, writing or issuing using some other medium. It is the impacting or exchange. Again, what is wrong? Okay. It is the impacting or exchange of information by speaking, writing, or using some other medium. It is the means of sending and receiving information. So if I send an information and there is no reception, that means there is no communication. So you should be able to understand what I'm trying to say. That is when you now say that communication has happened. So there is a sender, this is the sender, and then there is a receiver. So it could be through this medium, it could be a phone call, it could be an email, it could be a fax, or other means you can use to communicate. So there must be encoding, like they said it, and then that is passing a message across, and then there will be decoding. So there are many mediums that you can use, but the essence is that the person you are speaking to must be able to understand and take action. So if I now come here and say, run, you'll be looking at me like, why am I running? Do you understand what I mean? But if I say, run, a lion is coming, you will tear race.
Yes. Sure.
Does it make sense now? So there must be what you are saying. You don't just make a statement because you want to communicate. There must be a statement backed with a reason. So when you're talking to your clients, you are talking to them because you want them to do a particular thing. Don't say this is real estate or we are selling real estate. What do you want them to do? You must be able to communicate what you want them to do. So if you finish speaking and then you didn't tell them the estate, the features of the estate, how much the land costs, and then how they can take parts, and then the payment plan, that means there is no communication. That means you're just telling me there is an estate. So what do you want me to do? So there must be a purpose while you are speaking. Then these are several forms of communication. Sorry, it's not very clear. There is verbal communication. There is non-verbal communication. There is written communication. There is visual communication. And there is listening communication. These are several aspects of communication. And since we started this training, this is what has been going on here. So currently now I'm speaking to you guys. And then there are some non-verbal things. So sometimes how I do my face, even my body language, that's when I say your body language is somehow. So body language is communication. I can be saying something now and then you start to cry. How do I know that what I'm saying is painful? It's because you are crying. Your body is communicating a message to me. So if I enter here now, I didn't know what was said, but I enter here and everybody's laughing. So I will presume that there was something that was said that caused everybody to laugh, and I want to know what everybody's, why everybody's laughing before I know whether I will laugh or whether they are laughing at me or laughing with me. Do you understand what I mean? So there is always, so you always look for non-verbal communication, and usually non-verbal communication is usually the 70% of our communication. 70% of things that are being said is non-verbal. And then there is written communication, just like sometimes you see me write things on the board, and then just like what you are watching here. Then a visual communication includes sometimes I play video, and then those videos are meant to drive home a point. Do you understand? And then at this point in time, you are doing listening communication. So if I am speaking to you, and your body language is telling me that this guy is sleeping, that means you're not listening. Because if you are listening to me, you will not be sleeping. Listening is an active thing in communication. If somebody is sleeping and you are talking to that person is not listening to you. Do you understand? So because you are awake and you are focused at me, it shows me that you are what? You are listening to what I'm saying. So it's very essential that you understand that. Now, what is a skill? If you understand, I am talking about communication skills. So, but I'm able to define communication first. So this is a skill. So what is a skill? A skill is the ability to do something well. It is the ability to use one's knowledge effectively and readily in execution and or performance. So there must be knowledge that you are trying to use. So, and then the dexterity or coordination, especially in the execution of learned physical tasks. A learned power of doing something competently, or a developed aptitude or ability. So, skill is a developed aptitude or ability, a learned power of doing something completely, or a dexterity or coordination, especially in the execution of learned physical tasks. Now, the types of skills that we have, there is soft skill and there is hard skill. Now, what I'm doing now, I'm doing it because I have a skill in communication or speaking. I have a public speaking skill. That is why I am being able to stand here and communicate effectively to you guys. Is it making sense? But can you hold what I'm doing? Can you hold skill as my speaking? So that is non-tangible. You can feel it when I'm doing it, but you cannot hold it. So that is soft skill. But you know, somebody that drew this thing, the thing on the wall there, this artwork now, is something physical, right? Yes. You can hold it. It's also a skill. When you draw somebody or the artisans or that draw, now if I'm pounding a yam, there's a way to pound a yam. It will not have seeds, right? But there's also a way you pound a yam. It will also have seeds. Now, if two persons are pounding yam, the outcome of how the yam will be, whether it had seed or not, is dependent on the skills that they have. That is the knowledge, using one's knowledge, ability to use one's knowledge effectively. Some people tell you, if you pound it, you pour water. But you now do like somebody's pouring water, and you pour excess water, and it now become too soft. But there's an amount of water you pour into it over time. So you can pour water, a little water, and pound it 3 times, and pound another one, pound 3 times. Now it will come out better than when you just pour water inside it. And do you understand? Both of us have knowledge, but we are not using it effectively to get the expected results. Do you understand what I mean? So knowledge is very, very important in this business. So you need to learn how to use your words to make people to move. There are some of us that they know that, you see, this guy, once he talks to a woman, I don't know the juju way he put for his mouth. Anything he tell a woman, he go do them. Sometimes it may not be just, maybe that person has already understand how people think, or how people behave, or how people speak, or how people behave, or what we want to hear. So you speak to be able to get people to that position of what they want to hear, and then they give you the things you want them to give to you. So you need to learn the act of speaking. So communication is a skill. Being able to speak and then people take action. Sometimes, how many of us have seen Barack Obama speak, whether on television or you have watched it on YouTube? That guy is a good communicator. He knows how, in fact, part of the things that made him to win the American election was because he can speak. The same thing, you know, sometimes I take interest in some of these things, not because I want to be a politician, but I take because I know that these are the things that help me in the business I'm doing. As a salesperson, you must learn how to speak. Speak effectively. Speak effectively. Now, nobody will buy anything from you if they don't hear what you have to offer. If they don't hear what you have to say, rather. That's why some people, after talking, said, "Okay, what do you have to say?" So they are looking at what you have. And sometimes people can have a change of mind when you speak. The truth is that the pre-notions people have about real estate in Lagos is not the truth. They say they are pursuing some people out of Lagos. It's not truth. It's pre-notions. They are demolishing properties of some certain set of persons. They are pre-notions. It's because they have been in a beer parlor and somebody that was drunk was just talking. And then that person took what that person said, what that person spoke. Maybe that person spoke convincingly. And then they took it and said, no, I cannot buy property in Lagos. They call the government to collect it. But is it true? It's never truth. But that person believed because somebody who had a wrong information was speaking confidently. So you that have the right information, when you come there, speak confidently, speak effectively. See, even if you're not sure about what you're saying, say it as if you know it. People don't buy from you because you speak. They buy from you because you speak confidently. So that confidence must be there. Confidence must be there. I think I've given instances here when I said that I can tell, you can come and stay here, that if I can tell a lady now, sorry ma, what's your name? Chinyere. You've been in this class before, right? I've seen you from somewhere, but we'll talk. I can meet Chinyere now and tell Chinyere, I love you. You are the next thing after sliced bread. In fact, without you, I cannot breathe. Chinyere will be saying, I will laugh, does they spoke me, does they whine me. But another person will come and tell Chinyere everything I said. Chinyere will believe that person. So why did she now believe what the other person is saying? Because the other person was speaking confidently. So you need to learn, if you are talking to people in this business, speak with confidence. Confidence is everything you need. Even if you are not sure of yourself, don't let people see that you are not sure. Don't let, as in hide it. As you are wearing clothes, just uncertainty, stay inside. The way you wear singlets and cover yourself before you wear clothes. Use your clothes and cover it. Just say stay aside. If I get home, just be telling yourself, I don't even know what I'm saying, but I said it. Because it is this that will make them give you money. If you don't speak like, it's the confidence that makes somebody knows that you're a professional or you're not a professional. A doctor will come and tell you this thing will kill you. Or this particular, God forbid, not to anybody in this place, or this particular illness will kill this person. That person believes it. And so, many of the times, what kills people is not even the sickness. It is the fear of the sickness that kills the people. Because who said it? A professional said it. A doctor who is a professional, is it not true? In that field said it. So why won't people use because of what you told them and buy land in Lagos? In fact, the 2 plots of Lekki Airport Estate we sold on Friday, the person, even when we were in the office, he said that people are telling him they are pursuing people from Lagos not to buy land. I said, okay, if they are pursuing people, they would have used bulldozer to bulldoze everybody's house. So I was speaking to him confidently. He bought 2 plots in Lekki Airport Estate and bought 2 plots in Enugu. Because I was speaking, he didn't even see the plots, the one in Enugu, but he paid for it. So you need to be able to say this confidently. So that when people see you talk, they know that, this person knows what he's saying. But if you say, in fact, as in, you just know that the conversation is not going to. Well, please, if you are saying, go talking to anybody, don't say, because once you say, story don't enter. Once you say, in fact, water don't pass, Gary. If you say, that means you're not even sure. So there must be a sense of surety or certainty in your conversation. There must be a sense of surety and certainty when you speak to people. You need to be tangible. See, if you can do yourself a favor, if you go to YouTube, just type Kamala Harris speech at the democracy. Just write Kamala Harris speech. It will bring up at DNC. It will bring so many things up. Now, why I watch these things, this guy speak in America, because truly we're not doing politics in Nigeria. What we're doing in Nigeria is absolute rubbish. It's absolute rubbish. You need to be able to speak to voters to win them to vote for you. But what we are doing here is ballot hijacking, and then we just carry people that we want and put them in power. I'm just saying it. Do you understand what I mean? So please cut that one off. May they know invite me to explain myself. So what am I trying to say? So when you listen to these people speak, a man that beat Trump, that defeated Biden, Harris went to speak and defeated Trump. Yesterday I was watching on CNN. Harris invited Trump for another debate. Trump said that he's not coming. A Trump that is a bully is now running away from speech. There must be something that Kamala Harris knows very well about speaking that makes a Trump that wants to even speak, that wants the media to pay attention to him, is now running from him. He dusted Biden, but Kamala Harris if he has the name of Kamala Harris, is running away. So you need to learn the act of speaking effectively. And I'll try my best, to be able to teach us here. And then when you speak, there are things you must know when you speak. You must always have this at the back of your mind. Sorry. So I'm going to say something. When you are speaking, start with the end in mind. So what do I mean by that? The end in mind is what you want people to do after you have finished speaking to them. The truth is this. One of the things that I know that God gave me as a gift I have to find out after so many years of my life is speaking. And every one of us has it. Every one of us has it. Now, for the fact that it's a skill, means it can be learned. How many of us are driving, know how to drive? How many of us drives a car? Even if it's not your own, but you know how to drive, sir? Raise your hand now. Why are you nodding my head? Let me see them. Chidi, I jammed my car. No, continue the name in this place. For the fact you okay, now were you born with the skills? When we were born, do you know how to drive? No. When you were born, do you know how to drive? Now you did what? You learned how to drive, right? You learned how to drive. You learned how to drive. So for the fact that it's a skill means that it can be learned. Yeah. See, anything you pay attention to you. Anything. See, anything you gave your time to gives its own time to you. That is life. So if you are not learning anything, that means you are not paying attention to it. That's why there isn't driving school. If you can be able to perfect the act of speaking, you can make people to do anything you want them to do. I'm leaking my secret to my staff. See their head. But meanwhile, the same thing is everywhere, whether at home. So if you are at home and you know how to speak at home, you can make anybody at home to do anything you want to do. Learn how children behave. They may not say something that is audible, but you know what they want you to do. Sometimes they cannot call the name, they cannot even pronounce it, but they are dragging you to where that thing is. Sometimes they will bring the thing to you. Do you understand? So what are they doing? They are doing non-verbal communications with you. So learn how to speak effectively, and learn how to also use body language also to speak. So if you are speaking to somebody about investment, don't have a posture, don't slouch. Like, when you slouch like this, it means that you are not serious. So if you are talking to somebody, sit upright. Even when you are standing, I hope it's a lot. Nobody that's asking me for money now should mind themselves until after this week. So if you are speaking to people, don't do like this. Stand with your shoulder high. This is a broad shoulder. Just put your shoulder back a bit. Stand confidently. But when you are talking, don't stand like this. Or when you sit down, don't sit like this. Just stand upright. Put your hands beside you. Don't put your hands in your pockets. It shows being proud. Do you understand? Except your guys are not having informal communication. But in an informal setting, you can do like that. Even when you're in informal places, stand uprightly. And then when you have a handshake with people, shake your hand with them. No. Yes. Always have a firm grip. If I shake you, you will not forget me. Shake me now. One of the things I use to make contact with people, once you bring your hand, I'll give you a tight grip. So what it does is that, yeah, I firm it. So the person now,
as a lady, can you?
Yes, except the lady gives you a hand, but as a guy, in a formal setting, don't put your hand forward.
What I'm saying is that you are the one in your position as a lady. Can I?
Yes, you can grab the person's attention. Two things it does is that it shows that this person is a serious person. The person say, why you won't break my hand? You could just do that. What you have just done, that you have gotten a very important thing that is very scarce. Attention. If you can get this from people, you will be rich. If you know how to steal people's attention, you will do anything you want them to do for you, including your clients. Why you have not gotten their attention? Why they have not bought from you is because you've not gotten their attention. So you need to learn how to steal people's attention. You can come into a gathering and distract people and get them to do what they want to do. Have you seen people that in a meeting you just passed? Once they come, Someone say, please excuse me, let me go. Or everybody now leave what they were talking before and start paying attention to that person. So you need to learn how to steal attention. So what am I trying to say? For the fact that it's a skill, that communication is a skill, both verbal, writing, non-verbal, you're listening and all those things. They are skills that you can learn it. Sometimes someone can be talking to you. When you keep quiet and listening, don't be pressing your phone while they are talking to you. Because when a client is talking to you and you are pressing your phone, it means that this guy is not serious.
Because how should your eye contact be when you are...
So also when you are talking, don't look down. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you face to face. I am making eye contact with everything. I've been speaking, I'm making eye contact with everybody here. So I can be looking at you, but I'm not looking at you. I can be looking at you, but I'm looking over your head. But to you, it looks as if I'm making eye contact to you. So when you make eye contact with people, it draws a connection between you and that person. Do you understand? And there must be a heartfelt. You know, in Nigerian Hollywood, sometimes they will look before they kiss. Is it not true? So that look got the attention of the other person. So once you win that attention, and then you'll be able to sell whatever you want to sell. So it's a skill that can be learned, both the soft skill and the hard skill. So whatever you want to do in real estate, you must learn how to communicate effectively. You know how to write a statement. So writing is very important, because the truth is this. You need to learn how to communicate what you want to say with letters. Use the right words. There are books you can learn. You can go and buy English textbooks about communication. You read it again. All those books we read in junior SS class, Abi, and then in senior secondary school. Buy them and read them again. The actual uses of tense. Don't use a past tense where you need to put present tense. Don't use a present tense where you need to put a past tense. So all those things, people pay attention to that. That's why even you go to market. Do you know if you're in the market and you're speaking very well, a trader can use because you are speaking, is speaking English, listen to you. And sometimes by the time you are speaking English, they feel intimidated, they want to do business with you. And there are some people that when you meet them, if they cannot intimidate you, they cannot do business with you. Even in the market, if they don't feel I am over this person, they don't feel like I can do business with this person. So if they are bringing their energy, match up their own energy with them. So they know that you guys are on the same frequency. So on that frequency, they say, now my party be this. And then you connect with that person. There is nobody I cannot connect to. I said, I don't want to talk to you. There is nobody. It's a secret I've learned. That I want to do something, except you were not able to listen to me or were not able to contact. Sometimes, like I was telling them in the office, you don't even need to speak to the client, bring him to the office. As long as he sees me and we talk, I spoke to him, he answered me. We sat down on the table. Before we finish in 1 hour time, he will buy. The man that bought 2 plots in Enugu didn't have plan of buying anything in Enugu. In fact, he came from Enugu to Lagos. He was telling me, I didn't know that he knew there was something in Enugu. You would have seen it before coming to Lagos. So you need to learn that art of communicating effectively. So it's very, very important. Now, communication skills, these are skills that allow you to give and receive information effectively. So number one thing you need to know about communication is that you must be clear and concise. You must be clear and concise about what you have to say. Don't say too much and don't say too little. Be moderate. Like I always told her, when I said it before, start with the end in mind. With the end in mind. It's very, very important. So if you want them to buy, make sure that you communicate effectively, that in the way by you finish talking to them, that person will be interested to buy. So if I'm talking to you, I know what I want to communicate to you. So if I want to talk to you so that you accept a proposal I'm offering to you, I will create scenarios, speak to you with instances that will make sure that my proposal I want you to accept at the end of the day is accepted. See, people can do anything you want them to do if you can speak to their heart. Don't speak to their head. Speak to their heart. And when people see that you are speaking to their heart, they will do anything you want them to do. So be clear about your communication and be concise. Have the right body language. Be serious where you need to be serious. Laugh where you need to laugh. If they say a joke, laugh, but don't laugh too much. And don't laugh too little. And don't be mean. If you don't laugh when they say a joke, they think there's a problem with you. There are some things you will say. There are some things how you will behave. See, you may trek to a client's office, but don't show that you trek to that office. Do you understand what I mean? Don't let it show. If you need to cool off elsewhere, and then wear a roll on and then enter into that office and talk. It is very, very important you know all these things. Make sure that your body language is in sync with your communication that you are offering at that particular time. Active listening. Please and please, don't listen to people because you want to respond to reply them. They are two different things. When someone is speaking to you, listening to understand them first before responding to them. Somebody can be speaking something to you, and then because you only want them to buy, maybe there's something else they are saying to you, so that you don't understand. So when we started talking, when the man came to the office that day, we were doing something on that desk. So I was trying to put her through with something. So the man walked in here, and then he sat down. I was perusing the man. I was just observing the man from where I was. And then I think he brought out their glass. You know, there's this glass he brought out, this tiny glass. When I saw the tiny glass, I said, for this man he wore 2 glasses. And you know, there's this glass that lecturers or professors wear. You know that this person sabi. So I said that for this person to wear this eyeglass, is the second glass he used to read things when he wants to read, is that this man get money. When we started talking, I didn't ask him. He told me the story of his life before he left. I didn't ask him. But my communication with him made me to know. He lives outside of the country, and then he owns 10 plazas in the country that he lives. He married a citizen of that country. I didn't ask him. His children are in Nigeria now schooling. In fact, that's the reason why he came back. He brought the children to school, to boarding school, so that they can study in Nigeria, and then when they grow up, they can go abroad. There was something that I said about someone I know who lived abroad but brought his children back to Nigeria, and is now into the business of real estate. He said, now the same thing I do now. And I started telling him. So by the time he started telling me that, I know that I can upsell this man. Now, there's difference between upselling and cross-selling. So cross-selling is like this, upselling is like this. So what do I mean? So if we have more products, so if we have products of the same category, is cross-selling. But products of different categories is upselling. So we may, for instance, Lekki Airport now falls into a particular product, a particular price, and then it's a land banking kind of project. But Enugu project is something you can develop from January next year, or from next, something you can develop almost in the next 6 months. So I said, okay, if he can buy this one, that means he can also buy this one. Because I was having that communication with him. So as he was speaking, I was listening to some things. So he also has permanent residence in the country that he lives in. So I started seeing this person as a valuable, and I start in my head calculating the amount of money this guy will have. He told me he had started business since he was the age of, since after primary school. I think about 10 years. He went to do apprenticeship. From there, they settled in. So we've been able to lock properly because of what? Communication. Do you understand what I mean? So when people are speaking, listen actively. There may be something else you can offer to that person. So see, when you meet people, be the first to give them value. If you want people not to forget you, it's a secret I have. Be the first person to give, even if you don't have. It mustn't be money that you give. It could be an idea you have. It could be an advice you have. Is it making sense? So another thing we need to also know is it's the importance of communication skill. Like I said, it helps you to build personal relationships with people. It helps you in your professional success. It helps in problem solving. It helps you to build confidence, and also it helps you to express your emotions. If you are speaking things that are not nice, just like Pastor Divine was doing yesterday, when he started talking about patience, he said that he's coming down to speak because he was talking patience. So you need to reflect that even when you are speaking. When he talks about something that is sad, show the emotion that you are sad, even in that your communication. If it means that you are crying, form like it that you are crying. that you cried with your client, inform it. So what it does is that you build connection with the people that are listening to you. There was a day I was saying something that touched my heart. The way I was speaking it here, it was in this club, but I don't know whether you guys picked it. The tone of my voice went down. How many people remember that day?
The second day you handled class.
I handled class, have you? Yeah. So that a lot of things changed, So always show that in your communication. It helps to build rapport and communication with your people, with people that you are speaking to. Maybe you guys have made the laptop to off. Take this one and put on the other side. Sorry, let me just get this. So always show the emotion in your speech. It shows that you are in control of the communication. So don't be saying about sad things or that somebody died and you are laughing. And they told you they lost somebody and you are laughing. So that means that you killed the person. Obviously. So why are you laughing? They told you a client lost his parents. You started shouting. Or started crying. When you start crying, and you go to their house and they are crying, cry with them. What it does is that you are sharing in their pain. And don't go to people and be saying, hey, yeah. Don't be saying that, hey, yeah. Don't say that. Just keep that your hey, yeah at home. Just find something else to say. If it means, if that person, you meet that person crying. Women can see. A woman can cry now and laugh the next minute. I don't know how they do. They can switch. I don't know how they do that. So in this your business, this is a real estate business. You need to learn how to do it. And when something good happens to people, show that emotion of happiness. That you are truly happy with them. If you go to their house, maybe the wife gave birth, show that happiness in their house. Be excited. Let the excitement show that you are really excited with them. And then these are what influences your communication. The truth is that people, like I always say, people are emotional beings. So if you can intelligently connect to their emotions, you have confidently done everything that's, you make communications quite easier for yourself. Sorry. Okay. So 5 questions to improve your communication skill. Number 1 is, what are the best channels to use to get the information you have across? First of all, I said that before you can communicate effectively, have in mind what you want to achieve at the end of the day, right? And then know what you want to say something. Be sure that what you say, you have to say, is meaningful to the conversation. People should not be discussing about somebody lost a money and they are thinking about investing money at that point in time. Give them instances of how other people lost money or how similar thing happened to somebody, but now say that this person did this and now came out of that. Is it making sense? Yeah. So don't say that boy is so useless. That boy is so no. Say this happened to one of my friends or one of my clients, and they was able to do X, Y, and they achieved Z. Always say that. Then ask yourself: are you communicating in a clear, open, passionate, and humble way? Be confident in your speech, but don't be proud when you speak. Be confident when you communicate, but don't be proud when you speak. How does the way you communicate make those people around you feel? If you are speaking to people, ensure that they are carried in the bus of your communication. Maybe there is this guy, one of my cousins, we call him Bento. Opento is the Igbo name meaning of liar. So what that guy does is, till today, we gave him that name when he was when we were young. Till today, he's married, he has children, he's still answering Opento. What that guy does is that he has a way of gathering information. He does it as when we are child, just to engage us. You know, we lived in the city, so when we visit the village, so he'll be telling us all these stories. We didn't know what this guy was doing. This Mike Ejara, this Gwangwo man, right? The guy has all his record from beginning to end. You know, what that guy sings is Tales by Moonlight. Tales by Moonlight, right? And that Gwangwo is also Tales by Moonlight. So that Gwangwo was, I heard it first from Opento. So what he now does is that he listens to this information and then he now comes to tell us the story of the music that he listened to, as if he was there when it was happening. So as children, he was painting pictures with words, and they were imagining. At the point, I asked him. So when we started asking him story, calling him Opento, is that when I tell him Chidi, his name is Chidi. When I tell him Chidi, are you there when it happened? He said that the animal, the king, the lion, now brought his daughter to go and give to tortoise. In your head, how can a lion and a tortoise marry? No, let us even think it. Tortoise and lion, can they marry? But the way he will be speaking those things, he will be speaking it as if he was there when that thing was happening. So even some of those stories. So when one day I heard that and I said, let me even listen to this story. And I listened to that music, and it was exactly the story Chidi was telling us. So that thing always make us see. What we now do is that then we were young. You know, when children come home for Christmas, sorry, I'm young, but I'm advanced a bit. I'm not old, but I'm young. They dish us food in a tray. So we can be 10 children, and they brought 2 trays. So all of us sit down and be eating. So that's communal live in that time. That's what we had. So once we finish eating, Chidi will start his story. So even if you are not around, or you went somewhere, you'll be looking forward to coming back in the evening for that story. And he will tell you so many stories. So he now made us to feel like going home. So when we now went back to town, and Chidi said he's coming, you will always look forward to meeting Chidi. Maybe Chidi is coming for holiday. When we are now traveling, Chidi, when are you guys coming to visit us in Enugu? So we're always looking for, because when he comes, he will use story to hold you. So that made all my cousins to love him. Sometimes you can tell a story now, you know who told it. Maybe I can recite a story of what happened. He said, I'll actually tell you that one now. So many times we remember him for the stories that he's been telling us. He traveled to abroad for some time, didn't come back to village. So each time we go for Christmas, we always remember him for those stories he used to say. So make sure you create a feeling when you talk to people. There are some people, if you need to learn how to speak, to speak effectively to make people to cry, those persons will not forget what to say. Are you being human in your communication? And then if someone communicated to you in the same way you are communicating to others, what impact would it have on you? Would your communication have the same impact you are having with people if somebody else is telling you the same story? Am I an effective communicator so far?
Yes, sir.
Am I an effective communicator so far? Do I speak well? So it's something I have to learn. So also ask that questions. So these are questions when you are speaking to your clients or talking to people. Always look out for these 5 questions. Now, communication skills. These are skills you need. These are extensions of communication skills. Presentation skills. 1 minute. So communication skills. So you need it when you are doing presentation. You need it when you are negotiating deals with people. So you need to learn all these things. You also need it when you are writing business writings, when you're engaging proposals and letters and the rest of it. Influencing skills, cross-cultural communication, then win-win conversations, selling skills. So you cannot sell effectively without communication skill. You cannot. You cannot also build a team. Because why do I now want to leave what I'm doing to join you in your business? So you need to learn how to convince people. People go distance for you when you speak to their hearts. Don't speak to their head. Speak to their emotions. Speak to their emotion. Learn how to connect to people in their emotions. Quickly, let me run this. Interpersonal skills is very important. It helps you, and this is an extension of communication. So it helps you in your relationship management. And then you cannot have interpersonal skills if you don't have communication skill. Because it's what you say that brings people to you. And then before you can manage those relationships. So it helps you to solve problems. It helps you in questioning, emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, decision making, self-awareness, relationship management, teamwork, and then staying positive. So let me quickly run to this emotional intelligence. I will finish before maybe in the next 35 minutes. That's I'll stop maybe by 5:10 so that we can be able to get into other things. Now, emotional intelligence is, as written on the board, is the ability to manage both your own emotions and understand the emotions of people around you. There are 5 key elements of emotional intelligence: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Emotional intelligence is the ability to manage your own emotions and understand the emotions of people around you. It involves being self-aware, regulating yourself, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Emotional intelligence, also known as emotional quotient, just like I mentioned earlier, is the human ability to recognize, understand, exploit, and manage one's emotion in a positive way. It is the human ability, so it is known as human ability to recognize, understand, exploit, and manage one's emotion in positive ways. Leaders with high emotional quotient are less stressed, better communicators, more empathic, and more easily overcome challenges. Moreover, they know precisely how their mental state influences the emotional reactions of those around them. This thing they say, transferred aggression, should not happen. Don't speak to people wrongly because you had a bad day with, or had bad interactions with somebody else. If you have a bad day, cool off before you talk to people. If you're not in the right state of mind, tell them, please, can we talk another day? I'm not in the right frame of mind. That person will respect that. Do you understand? Or you can ask people to postpone. But don't say because Mr. A made me angry, or I got angry from the job, and then I now went home and now poured that anger on somebody else. Vent if possible. What do I mean about vent? Speak to somebody, or speak to that person that got you offended. Find a way to get to that person. How you did X, Y, Z, I don't like it. Vent it, throw it to the side and move forward. Don't transfer that aggression to somebody else. It's going to impact and affect your business relationship in the future. Do you understand what I mean? The actual difference between a good leader and a brilliant one is the emotional intelligence. People will forget what you tell them, but they will not forget how you made them feel. That is emotional intelligence. Always know that. The difference between a good leader and a brilliant one is the emotional quotient. You need to be a master of your emotions. All of us have emotion. Anger is an emotion. Happiness is an emotion. Sadness is an emotion. Is it necessary to have? Yes, it's important to have them. That is why you're a human being. If you need to cry, cry. If there's a place you need to weep, weep. It shows that you're a human being. By locking up and then not show emotions at things, you are not doing yourself you're not doing yourself good. One day you become like volcanic eruption. Volcanic eruption is when you have been piling things up, and then one thing will just happen. Fire everywhere. So please, this guy is still calling me. So please, it's very important you find a way to vent. Sonia, come and call this guy for me, please. Call him on normal call. Tell him to tell you whatever he wants, that I'm in a training. So, emotional intelligence. 5 components of emotional intelligence. Being self-aware. It is the knowledge of one's own thoughts, feelings, and motivations. It is the knowledge of one's own thoughts, feelings, and motivation. Self-regulation. The ability to regulate emotions and actions in a variety of environments. So if you need to come to a place you need to get angry, get angry. Don't come to a place you get angry and you're laughing. And then come to where you should laugh and then you're angry. That means there's something wrong with you. Get angry, but don't get angry for a moment. But then get angry, don't be paranoid. And then don't come to a place and start destroying things. No, don't do that. And then maybe a client did something to you and then you now call that client to insult that client. If you notice that client went to behind your back and bite through another person, call the person up, find out that you notice that you heard about this. I want to verify from them, and then just try to know the reason why it happened. Is there a reason why you decided to go with the other realtor than doing business with me? Find out. There must be reasons for them to take the actions they are taking. It could be that that person said that he's going to buy me. If I buy this thing, he's going to give me this, but you didn't tell me that. You say, if you have said, I would have offered you more than that. Because that person knew you first, he can now come back to you and now do a better business with you in the future. Do you understand what I mean? So don't say because this person did business with me, you now call him, he no go better for you, oh loshi, oh lobribuku, blah blah blah. No, you don't do that. The truth is that you have shut the door permanently. You might need to go back to that relationship again. No matter what it is, settle amicably. Call the person up, have the conversation. If there's a problem you're having with them, say that. Empathy. The capacity to empathize and appreciate one's perspective. You can disagree to agree. Always have that at the back of your mind. You can disagree with people and still be friends with them at the end of the day. So we may be having arguments, heated arguments. It doesn't mean that you are wrong. It doesn't mean that I'm right. It's not that you are seeing it from different perspectives that I am seeing it. The way I am speaking to you guys now, I'm seeing your head because you are all seated down. But if you stand up, I will not see your head again because you are standing face to face with me. Now, the way this building here is, I cannot see the roof of this building. But if I climb to the next floor, I can see the roof of this other building and roof of this building. What does it mean? My perspective has changed. My position has changed. So don't be so very stick on your own particular opinion. You have an opinion, somebody else has an opinion. Always find a middle ground with clients. Always find a middle ground. Don't insist on your own opinion. Always find a way, and not if the client is wrong, don't also accept, but also find a way to find a middle ground. Always accept, yes, you are right, but always have this at the back of your mind. You may be right, but, or that is accurate, but I think this is better. Because my communication with you is to be able to move you from a point where you are standing now with me to another point where you see things better. And people see things better when you communicate with them. That's why when you're having communication with people, at some point I said, oh, I see. Were you drawing when you were talking? Were you drawing when you were talking? Are you guys hungry? Listen, am I not saying the right words? You know, there's a point you speak to people and say, oh, now I see. Okay, what is there, right? So it's important you are able to know that your words paint pictures in people's mind. And your communication with people is to be able to make them buy into something. Because before you sold that thing to me, I had never had intention of buying any property or doing anything whatsoever. But by communicating with you, you have moved me from the point where I don't want to buy, that I say, I'm going to pay immediately. In fact, the man said that when he came here on that Friday, he was saying that when he goes back, he's going to what he's going to pay. But he paid before he traveled. So I was able, in fact, he didn't even have the money. He had to call somebody to send the money. So I was able to, by communication, moving from points where he said, when I travel, I will pay. So what he's going to pay later now on his balance, what he has not paid. Do you understand what I mean? So that is empathy, appreciate capacity to empathize and appreciate one's perspective. Decision making, the ability to make responsible choices and accept their outcome. And then always know that he has accepted? Okay. The ability to make responsible choices and accept their outcome. Understand that we are beings of decision. It's decisions is what makes us different from animal. An animal can wake up now and be going wherever, where belief is. He may just be lying down. Somebody will come and chase him. Where is he going? You don't even know where he's going. You will chase him, go this way. You will chase him, you go this way. You will chase him, you go. Have a decision to go in a particular direction. Social skill. Being able to create and maintain a healthy relationship. Learn that is a skill. Relationship skill. I'll be speaking this more in October. I think I mentioned it. Relationship is a bridge. Relationship is bridge that connects you from point A to point B. I think I mentioned it, right? So,
The example of the
Third Mainland Bridge, yes, and the Lekki Ikoyi Link Bridge. So, in fact, the real estate in Lekki Phase 1 shot up in price when they completed that bridge. That's Ikoyi Link Bridge. People now know that, because before they have to go to this thing, Bodilon. Not Bodilon. You have to go through law school and then connect. Yes, and then connect. But that bridge built so people can now have a shorter journey time. People that can't afford Ikoyi now went to buy Admiral. Do you understand? So these are 5 components of emotional intelligence. But I'll go deeper right now into explaining what it is. So empathy. Empathy. I sense your pain. Always know that emotionally intelligent leaders can walk in another person's shoe. So when people are explaining to you what they are going through, they don't say and so it concerns me, and so no. Show interest, show that pain that is also, as it's paining them, it is also paining you. Say, I can feel your pain. No. If they are crying, just go to them and be touching them. Don't cry again. Yeah. Say, do you want me to start crying now? So you are doing that also to put them or make them understand that you are in the same shoes with them. Number 2, knowing what someone is going through helps you understand them better. Knowing what someone is going through helps to understand them better. So always listen to people's story, just like that woman that you told me about, right? She's scared because maybe she have lost money. Don't say, I mean, say, may you go put your money for where I know you. Feel her pain. Accept their reality, but tell them there is more. Yes, you lost money, but that's not the end of the world. Most of the key people, not true. Are we going to stop driving car? No, we can't. People will enter inside water and drown. Is it not true? Does it mean we will not drink water again? Does it mean we will not go and swim again? It's not. That you lost money doesn't mean that it is the end of the world. There's a life beyond that. I need to let people know that. Let them be in their shoe, accept their reality. But afterwards, tell them this cannot be the end. Some women, they will lose their husband and they will still go and remarry again. 2 of us. So that shouldn't be the end of Solomon Grandi. Do you understand? So it is why empathy is a key component of successful leaders. Show them you feel their pain. If you're having difficulties, I understand your pain. In fact, I even go through what you're going through. But I survived my own. I even went through that. Or I lost money at XYZ time. I lost investments. But I'm able to surmount it and move past those pains and issues. Accept it. Understanding realtors, actually wanted to say realtors, I put managers. Understanding realtors are approachable and they listen. So when people are speaking to you about things, don't just be pressing your phone and be going your way. Even if you don't have anything to do, stay one place and listen. For like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, listen to them. And after I say I've heard you, then offer 1 or 2 advices or suggestions to them to help them to move forward. The offshoot of that is engaged teams and harmonious workplace culture. So I'm trying to say something here, but so what it does is that if you have good empathy, you'll be able to build a good team of clients. There are people that say, I have clients and I know they will buy. That's why they will see some products say, this one I don't sell them, because they already have built clientele base that can buy what they are selling. Now, 7 empathy building strategies. Start listening to others more without interrupting. Try to listen to people without interrupting what they are saying. Hear them out. Vent. As they are speaking to you, listen to them. Don't listen to reply. Listen to understand first, and then you can reply effectively. Put yourself in someone else's shoe, especially during disagreements. Do you understand? Just say, what if it's me that is in this situation? What will I do? And then recognize and show your appreciation for your team members. So this includes team members and also clients. Then be open to sharing your feelings where appropriate. Be vulnerable with people. So it's not because I'm trying to manage time. I could tell you the story, my love story in Ikeja that made me not to go to Ikeja for 1 year. So when you tell people personal stories that are known to you, it makes people connect, because there is in that your story, those people that listen to you start seeing themselves in your story. And then when they start seeing yourself in their story, they now feel there is something between me and this person. Do you understand what I mean? So if you want to make good impact for somebody that is going through a place you have passed through, like I told you guys the other day, I was driving home. I have had a terrible, disappointing, depressing day. I've never been depressed like that. I was going through rough time. I was driving past the AY Homes new office. It was still building, under construction that time. So I was driving and I saw his car. I said, he's around. I just drove into the streets. I went to greet him. We just got talking. I didn't even tell him what I was going to. We just start talking. He was asking me how business. I said, hi. I know he's here. So we sat down. We started talking. He told me there was a time in Lagos, people told other people not to sell his products. Can you see how terrible that could be? In fact, we were in Qatar. One of the men that used to do that was calling one of his friend then in Qatar, that please you should help him beg AY to tell him sorry, that he's sorry, that please, that he needs money. He doesn't have anything his family will eat. AY came and told us, this man, he has been giving this man money since. This is not the first time he's sending money to you. It's not the third time he's sending money to you. But that this man is the same man going everywhere and tell people not to sell for AY Homes. But, and that time, that man was working with a company and was a manager. AY is just an ordinary realtor. An ordinary realtor. And then he was feeling like he has arrived, he's a chairman, he's the guy in the office. But because he was like, why would he leave and go and start his own? So who does he think he is? So nobody should say. And he was saying it where I can even hear it. So life changes, and then the man. So by the time we finished that conversation, I felt like they removed bags of cement from my shoulder. So I saw that even this man that is now successful as he is now had once had a terrible story like I currently have. So when you share your story, people see future in the story you are telling them. They get hope. They know that if this guy can make it, me too can make it. I also tell people that there's this thing. Sorry, I always use this. It's not derogatory, but I have to say it. They say monkey see, monkey do. Are you guys going to this conservation center in Lekki here? There are monkeys there, please. Sometimes, yes, if you go there, anything monkey see you do, is watching you do, you start doing it. In fact, if you are coming and you have banana, just put it in your bag. But once you sight it, you must come and collect it from around. Or granuts. So, monkey see, monkey do. So why I'm saying I'm using that word to explain is because people only believe what is possible when they see other people do it. Let me give you an instance. In the history of the world, you never believed that nobody can run 100-meter race, 100 meters for more than 20 minutes. Nobody in the world believed. That was in the 90s. In the 90s. I think somebody, Lewis, came and ran it for like 15 minutes. Somebody else came and ran it for like 10 minutes. Somebody else came and ran it for like 5 minutes. Somebody else came and ran it for like 2 minutes. Somebody came and so now they are struggling to run it for, I think 2 seconds. 2 minutes. I think 2 minutes or 3 minutes. 1 minute something, 1 minute something seconds. Yes. That's what Usain Bolt did. But because people have seen that somebody ran it for 19 minutes and now was able to do it. And now did. So when you hear people's story, it now builds confidence in you that you're not alone in this journey. And it is truth. If you must read books, read biographies. Read biographies of people. You will see that there are people that had worse background than you did, and they became better than you are. Do me a favor, all of us that are here, if you go home today, I'll try to include it in our next slide, in our next training. Maybe one of our training, I'm going to select movies that we're going to watch. That day, I'm not speaking to anybody. We're coming here to watch movie. Go and watch this movie. In Pursuit of Happiness. Happiness is spelled Y here, not I. In Pursuit of Happiness, or Wolf of Wall Street. See, everybody is on a journey. In Nigeria, in America, anywhere. People can become anything they pursue. People can become. This story of this man, he was selling an item nobody wanted to buy. He was selling an item nobody wanted to buy. His wife left him. Their house was due. They packed the Wolf of Wall Street. There are many of them. Once I get them, I'll share it with us. They evicted him from his house. Like they evicted him from. They slept in a bedroom in train station with his son. His wife left him because he couldn't pay. You have to, yeah? Will Smith, yes. Go and watch that movies again. Movies connects if I'm watching movies, I connect personally to them. Until you saw one man who was doing insurance, and they asked him, can he sell? He now asked that man, whatever that he did, whatever that he's doing to be able to afford, to be able to drive one of his dream cars, that he's really must want to know what it is. So the man told him insurance. He said, insurance, does insurance pay? He said, yes. He said, can he teach him? He said, yes. They employed him for 6 months. He was not on any salary. They gave them targets to meet. If you met that sales target, you'll be able to confirm you. The man has lost every damn thing, only his child. And then there is something that he said that still rings very big in my head. That when people cannot do something, they want you to believe that it is impossible. But if you have a dream, pursue your dream at all costs. If you have a goal in your mind, even when people tell you that it is impossible, pursue it regardless. See, it looks impossible until it is done. What people are saying you should not try because they have tried it and it didn't work out for them. And they are now using because they failed that you can also fail. And that is why people are afraid that you're going to fail. Because they did it and it didn't work out for them. So don't put your fear on me. Yes, you are afraid. Thank you. I can take your concrete whatever, but I'll move on with what I needed to achieve. So let's go back to the board. Be open, share feelings. Volunteer for a role in a worthy cause. Probably, like I said, that in your estate, if there's something in your estate, go show yourself there, and then people will get to know that you are part of that community. Practice loving kindness, meditation, and mindfulness. Loving kindness, show people, be nice to people. It must not be expensive. It must not spend money to be nice to people. It could just be a word spoken nicely. In fact, that conversation I was having with AY that day, he was not speaking. It was unplanned. It was unplanned. When everybody was saying, how long have you been a realtor and you want to start a development? AY was the only person that was saying, leave this guy now. He said, the way they are stressing you now, that's the way they are stressing. They stressed him that time. Because he used to sell for Landway. He used to sell for Landway and then moved from Landway and started his own business. But look at him today. Did he make mistakes? Yes, he makes mistakes here and there. Is he failing? No, he's not failing. You only fail at the things you didn't try. So if you don't make sales, you cannot succeed at sales if you never try to make sales. So because of that, I have a personal connections with him. So he hasn't given me, anyone has not given me 1 million put in the business we are doing. And I think he has given me his word that's going to be on Thursday, but I will remind him again. He hasn't given me money in terms of take 10 million or take 2 million and put in your business. But being around him always shows me directions of what's next to do in my business. You always, even sometimes when you are overwhelmed, because the truth is that sometimes it can get overwhelming, many of the times. That's why if a pregnant woman is talking to a single lady cannot understand. She has never been pregnant before. But when a pregnant woman is talking to another mother that is carrying a child, say, no, don't worry. He's doing you happy. Even my own used to kick me. No, they only kick you. Even my own self in the night, nobody cannot even lie down. So you are now feeling what this person have been through, and then there's a connection in that, and then you guys are able to connect. Work on your body language and reading that of others. Always, when you are speaking and people are not interested, observe it. And once they are showing not interest, stop. Change the topic. So when I'm saying something and people are showing, from their body language, you know that this time that they talk don't make sense. Don't continue endlessly. Stop at some point and move to the next thing. Effective communication, social skills. It is very important you have these social skills. Comfortable interaction with another call. Comfortable interaction is another call of emotional quotient, because I said that includes verbal and non-verbal communication. So it's very, very important. That communication is verbal, verbal and non-verbal, and then speaking, that's listening, right? And then other things. Realtors with good social skills are very approachable, easy to talk to, and therefore strong team players. When people tell you things about them that are secret, don't say it outside. Don't say it publicly, especially something that is demeaning, something that will taint their image. Maybe they made a mistake and then they are confiding in you with that mistake. Don't go tomorrow and say, hey, boom, 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 boom. Hey, do you know the latest in town? Blah, 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 blah. You have killed that person. What you have done is that person will not be able to trust any person again. The truth is that we are meant for each other. The things you tell me in confidence, I should be able to keep it in confidence. And the things I tell you in confidence too, I should be able to tell you in confidence. Except that person gives you the authority to share it, you can share it. But things that people tell you in confidence, that's part of the things, social skill. That's when you say, there is somebody in your life that if you have problem now, it's only the person that you go to go and talk to. Does it mean there's no other person? You may say, go and talk to this person. Go and talk to this person. Does it mean there's no other person you can talk to? No. But you have found out over time that person have always hold the thing you ever told the person in confidence. And if you are that kind of person, people will always come back looking for you to speak to you. So if they tell you things in private, keep it in private, except you have the permission to share it publicly. The aim of this is to be able to be approachable so that people can talk to you easily, and also build strong teams as well. Effective communication is important for leaders, because the truth is that we are leaders. What we are going through here is to be able to become leaders of influence, people of influence. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah, it's important for leaders as it helps build meaningful, mutually respectful relationship. Emotional and social skills are 4 times more significant than intelligent quotients. I mentioned that again when looking at success and prestige in professional setting. So don't just know. People don't care about what you know. They care about how you make them feel. Do you understand what I mean? They don't care. How do they put it again? They don't, English playing from my head, Danny. Studies show that 55% of the speech effects result from body language. So it's important I mention this here. So there are more communication from your body language than from actually what you are saying, and then 38% from the voice, and only 7% from the actual content, just like what I'm saying. So you may forget what is on the board, but my body languages and then the stories I tell, you don't forget those things. Now, 6th advantage of social skill is sociable realtors carry more in persuasive influence. So when you are sociable, when people can approach you easily, you have more persuasive influence on your clients and other realtors as well. Then cultivate an awareness of yourself and your team members. cultivate an awareness of yourself and also your team member. Adepts, another advantage that adept at both conflict and relationship management. You need to learn how to be very good in relationship management and conflict resolutions, because it will happen many of the times. In conflicts, don't always prove to be the right person. We know they drag them. You are right, I'm wrong, Abi. Everybody have moved on. Don't claim, no, they don't give trophy. Because the more you drag, I drag, you are wrong, I'm right, you are right, I'm wrong, you are wrong, I'm right, I'm right, I'm wrong. Time is wasted, business is destroyed, relation, nobody can do anything again with each other. Enhanced social awareness. So it helps you as well. Better relationship and mentorship for helping developing rising talents. And then experts at collaboration and cooperation. Emotional quotient strategies that improve social skills. Number one, it show interest in other people. These are the strategies for social skills. Show interest in other people. I keep saying that when you meet people, be the first to show interest in them. Enhance verbal and non-verbal body language. It helps your enhance verbal and non-verbal body language. That's communication skills. It helps your communication skills actually. Observe and learn from the social skills of other persons. Practice confident eye contact. So if you want to learn how to be better at social skills, observe other people that are doing well. There are people that they are social bed, so when they come here, they can meet everybody. My daughter took that from me. If she comes here now, she may be quiet, but in the next 30 minutes, she's talking to this person, she's talking to this person, she's talking to this person. Observe and learn from social skills of others. Even when you don't want to talk to her, she will go to you and greet you and introduce herself. My name is XYZ. If I'm with her, I say, this is my daddy car, and then we are going, she will tell you where we are going to. So observe that. Always be observant to observe how people interact and build relationships with other people. Practice confident eye contact. Practice confident eye contact. Ask open-ended questions. I think this was said from the first day, Mrs. Sonyeka. Ask open-ended questions. Questions that cannot be answered with a yes or no. So what he does is that he elongates the conversation and he makes people to want to speak to you and continue talking with you. Develop a repertoire of icebreaker questions to start conversation. I think one of your friends was the one that asked the question. So when you meet people, there's something I can say. I can just say, oh, wow, if from this is your top, it looks very beautiful. And it fits even your glasses. Are you matching you're very fashionista, you're a fashion person. If Ifeoma will start, number one, somebody's appreciating what she is wearing. And then she now feels comfortable with that. And then she now starts talking to me. Oh, wow, thank you very much. So XYZ, this was made by my sister. Your sister? Yes, my sister is a super celebrity fashion person. And then she's talking. And then you start from that talking, you now start knowing where to plug. So if I can get you to talk, I can know how to communicate with you or connect with you. That's why when police are investigating a crime, they bring the suspects, they put him in a place that can make him to talk. Not Nigerian police. They will beat you go talk by force. But abroad, they put you in a place that can make you to talk, even if you don't want to talk. And when you start talking, a lot of things will start. You start saying, okay, this person, go here, go there. They start knowing how you behave, the things that are more important to you. So if they arrest you and say, I want to talk to my daughter first, you know that your daughter has a secret that you know. So they will be doing something to make you to ask for more. So if you want to see more of your daughter, you give us what we're asking for you. So they know that there's a person you have a better connection to, and that they use that as a weapon, to get information they want from you. Listen more and practice active listening. Listen more and practice active listening. Don't be listening to somebody and then you are thinking about what to answer that person. Self-awareness. To be self-aware means that you have a thorough recognition of your personal strengths and weaknesses. Everybody has that. They call it SWOT analysis. We didn't do it in this class. SWOT analysis, and we need it. So why do I tell you that I know I can speak very well? Because I've done analysis of myself. There are things I cannot do. That I'm not I cannot do. There are things I'm not good at when it comes because I don't have interest in them. or I'm not that kind of. I'm not a technical person. All these losing tithes, they don't, you understand. But I'm analytical as a person. I think very fast on my feet. I have a very broad mindset when it comes to thinking. So I know the things that will work well for me and things that will not work well for me. Do you understand? I can meet you for the first time without having anything in my mind to say. But if I meet you and I open my mouth, I have something to say. I'm spontaneous when it comes to that. Do you understand what I mean? So you need to learn that. They call this strength, then weakness, opportunities, and then threats. See, everybody, some other persons might be threats. Now, one of the things I know of myself, I might meet you 5 times and ask you your name 5 times. But I might meet you once. If I see you in the dark, I know it's you. If I see you from far and look behind you, I know it's you. I'm pictorial, I'm a picture person. So I am not audible, I'm not auditory person. So it takes me time to connect to audio. But I can see a movie, a visual, and I can recognize visual. So I can use my eye when I'm standing here, look at an object. I know that it is not standing straight. Somebody have to go and use tape. If you measure it, you know that it's not standing straight. Do you understand what I mean? So these are things I have, but it may take me time to connect to a name. I can mention your name. Or if you say things, I learn things easily when it is when you put joke around it. But if you are serious, I won't learn. Do you understand now? So these are the kind of person I am. So I'm a fast learner. I can see you do things once. I can go back and try to replicate it. A self-motivated leader is very action-oriented. And when you are motivated, you will move. You're not making steps. You're not talking to clients because even you are not motivated. That is why you're not making moves to talk to realtors, clients, potential clients that will buy what you are selling. They continuously set high goals and have a genuine desire to achieve them. Now, we set out a goal sometime last month as an organization. And that goal that we set out to achieve is what brought about this training that we are doing. And then also bringing about so many other trainings that we're going to do, so many other things we're going to achieve. So we set out a goal. Don't just write a goal and keep it on the board or keep it on your book. Make plans to achieve them. So I'm going to write this thing. I'm going to do something and I need your answers. So can somebody say something about what is here? Is this glass full? Is this glass empty?
It's half full.
It's just half, right?
Yes.
But it's not full, right? Neither is it empty. Do you understand? Now, this thing is our life many other times. We don't have what we want to have, but we have what other people don't have as well. Do you understand? Now, but the truth is that sometimes what makes us not to move forward or motivated is because we are looking at the things we don't have. So if I give you this cup is just an example of optimism. If you see this cup now, somebody will say, this cup is not full now. Somebody will say that this cup is half full, just like you said. You can decide not to do anything with this glass cup and pour this water away because it's not full. You can also decide to drink this water because it is full. It is half full as well. So what you do is that sometimes you now focus on the things you have and then forget there are some other things that you have that can actually give you drive. The truth is that everything that we need to succeed is inside of us. Everything. It is in this personal audit that we will do, we'll get to find it. You may never know that you are a patient person until you come to a situation that demands you to be patient. You will never know that you're a sweet, loving person until a situation demands you to be sweet and loving. Your girlfriend or your wife or your husband may think you are very heartless. Maybe because you don't have enough money to express yourself. In fact, you don't even know yourself until you have money. So don't look at life because my cup is half empty. That is why my life is worse. but look like because my cup is half empty. That means there's potential that this cup can be filled up. Do you understand? And then that is what gives you optimism to keep going back to life. That there's a better thing coming ahead of me. There's a better way to get things done, and there's a better way I can do things. Do you understand what I mean? So always look with the perspective that it can be better, and then it can get better from here. So don't focus on the things you don't have. That is what is limiting us. Focus on the things that you have but don't know how to use. Do you understand what I mean? Don't focus on the things you don't have. That is why you are failing. Focus on the things that you have but don't know how to use. And that's the reason why you can succeed. So show that motivation. And that's why you are not motivated, because you are looking at the things you don't have. I could have done this if I could have become this if I could have traveled if I could have achieved these sales if I. Don't look at those ifs. Give yourself, yes, I don't have this, but I. Can you see the reason now? Yes, this is a challenge, but I was able to overcome that challenge. There are people that had worse than you did, but eventually closed more sales and are closing more sales. So don't look at the negatives in life. Don't look at the lacks you have. Look at what you have that you are not harnessing. There are many skills you have. It could be that you're a good presenter. It could be that you are a good speaker. It could be that you're a good at particular thing, and you can add it. And what I found that I know how to speak, and that has become an asset for me to even use that in myself. So once I'm able to have one-on-one with you, I must always be able to convince you, except you don't want to buy or you don't have money to buy. Most of the times when they have money, when they don't have money, they borrow it, because I've made them to understand the reason why they must take action immediately. So the next thing is, okay, that means, okay, you never graduate or reach your top. Okay, to succeed as a leader, you must visualize yourself in a positive light, even when things don't go well. Viewing complications as setbacks and learning opportunities instead of failures. How many of us are overthinkers here? Overthinkers. Overthinking. You're overthinking, you say, what if this one? Why this one? So a little thing, see, things is not as bad as you make them look. Are we understanding? It's not as bad as it seems. It is not the end of the world, actually. Do you understand what I mean? It's not at the end of the world. You can actually come back from any wrong situation or wrong systems or wrong or a setback, whatever it might be. So don't overthink issues. Yes, it happened, accept it and move forward. Don't say, my own don't finish. This client will not buy from. You can use an objection from a client to buy. This guy said it. What's his name now? Dan Lamiojo. The road to the estate is bad, Abi. Yes. Or you come to the estate and then they say there's water in the estate. Yes, there's water in the estate because we've not been able to do road channel and channel for water. By the time we start construction and then put drainages on this land, this water will be able to be taken far away, and then the land will be dry. The land is not dry. The land is dry actually, but when it rains, it stays because there is no channel. The water is not flowing. The road to the estate is bad. Yes, the road to the estate is bad. But I was with them the other day at the local government, and they are making plans to do this. And then this road is going to be done maybe XYZ time, or even if you moved into this property or you buy this property, or before you start using the property, in case you are buying land, you say they are never doing the road, but they are doing the road, they are going to meet here. Government, will they ever do it? When will they ever finish it? They've not finished it, but at least we saw how many roads. The road that we passed from Ibejuleki to come to the site, it was done. There was a time it was terrible than this. So show them what is working or what has worked and use it to talk about what that will work again. Do you understand what I mean? So if they are giving you negative, show them positive. And I tell you, people connect more to pains. Do you understand? So when they are showing you a mistake, say, yes, there was a mistake from here, but this is also this. Do you understand what I mean? So the road that passed through the estate, when they're going to do it, I know they are constructing it now, and I don't have a particular time they're going to do it, but give them latest 1 year or 2 years, the road will be done, and then the rest of it. You keep a clear vision of what you want and how to achieve it. So that's what self-motivation does to you. You know, I usually, like I was telling my people the other day, sometimes I go to a place before I go to a place. You guys don't understand what I said. Do you understand what I said?
I understand, sir.
So what do you understand by it?
You go to a place before you go to a place.
Yes.
Like for example now, like me personally, before I joined this training, I saw several books. I already like go online to check
Oh, beautiful.
about ZEBULON before I came for the training. So
Sonia,
I've been there.
so you are hearing the reason why we need to do very well, so that when people see us, they want to believe us. Yeah?
So I've been here online before coming
here physically, yes. So beautiful. So what that does for you, visualize things. There is power in our imagination. With our imagination, we can attract failure or we can attract success by our mind. So what I do is that if I'm in a situation, I imagine the best scenario out of that situation. I ask myself, what is the worst that can happen out of this? And then I say, what is the best that can happen out of this? That best that can happen out of it, I focus on it. So it makes me to work, but once I focus on the worst outcome, it will make me depressed, and I will not want to take action to take an action. And also, so you keep a clear vision of what you want and how to achieve it, and maintain motivation. This is the last slide, and then we are done. So the strategies for developing self-motivation: set small goals, measurable and realistic. Wow, 6 o'clock. Sorry, come on. I'm almost done, so that we'll leave. Please, I'm sorry. Gosh. You didn't do your job today. Introduce interesting challenges to keep up momentum. I was tired before I started speaking this class. I think this is natural to me. I've been speaking since, but I'm sorry, I'm done. Introduce interesting challenges to keep up momentum. Celebrate incremental achievements as well as end goals. Find intelligent ways to turn obstacles into opportunities. Be mindful of your role as a leader and its direct effect on your team. Reflect on your progress and look for ways to do better. Be open to change. Those with growth mindset are more mentally prepared to approach and tackle challenges. Also, a growth mindset embraces feedback and adopts the most productive problem-solving strategies to accomplish your goals. My family and my friends, this is the last class of 3 weeks Real Estate Bootcamp. So thank you for having us. Please, we'll collect the names this night and then we'll publish it on the list of persons that will be graduating on Thursday at the site.